guys, gals, non-binary pals, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it. Hey, if you would love to join these awesome people here on the side of the screen, I would love to have you. I stream on Twitch every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, right around 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you'd love to join, there will be a link in the description so you guys can join us. So today we are going to be talking about a topic that obviously I've talked about quite a bit, but it seems like a lot of people are getting to the point that almost I'm getting to with it, to where it's almost kind of, it feels like it's almost over. It feels like the conversation has run its course. And again, I'm not saying I'll never make another video about it, because who knows, maybe I will. But it seems like the conversation and this movement, as far as how it started, has kind of run its course. So we are going to be talking about a post that was posted by this Instagram called The Fat Fashion Book. And let's just go over it. So this is the post right here. And it says, "Body positivity is dead. Time for us to move on once again." And this Instagram is like a, it's like a body positivity kind of like fashion, blog kind of Instagram, right? So it's an Instagram that is all about kind of like what you would consider body positivity. And so this post is them basically saying like, we are over body positivity. And I feel like some of the points that they make are actually really interesting. I don't necessarily agree with everything that they say, but I do feel like they actually make some pretty good points. So I wanted to go over this and share my thoughts as well. All right, so let's just go over the post. So again, body positivity is dead. Time for us to move on. And then in the comments, they go on to write, "Over the years, body positivity has become more and more mainstream to non-plus size and able bodies." So right there, you might be thinking to yourself, well, why does it really matter? So a lot of people that are in the body positivity movement, a lot of what you hear is that it was started by queer, fat people of color. That's what a lot of people say. That's what you hear. And so therefore it should stay for queer, fat people of color, right? Fat women of color, I think, is actually what is usually used to describe what it started off as, right? And so that's kind of the issue a lot of people have, is that now it has seemed to transcend that, and now it's going further. But we'll keep on reading because they explain that. So with more and more people discovering body positivity, like most things, it's become watered down fluff to the point that it means nothing to the people it was created for. Self-love and the body positivity movement are very different, right? Having love and respect for your body is completely fine and a personal journey, but the body positivity movement was seeking to further validate the opposite of the ideal body. So there with that, it's interesting because I think, and I've talked about this before, one of the biggest issues with calling your movement body positivity, right, is that people hear that and they're just going to say, oh, yeah, that sounds right. Like, yeah, you should be positive about your body. And it would seem that anybody could be part of that movement, right? Anybody can think to themselves, I would love to be more positive about my body. And so therefore, I think I should join, or maybe not even I think I should join, but you would just think, oh, I want to join this movement. I want to be part of this movement because I am someone that, whatever it might be. Right? For me, I've used the hashtag body positivity because I have loose skin and I look a little bit different, right? And so I've used like hashtag body positivity because in my head I'm like, yeah, like of course I want to be positive about my body, and that goes for, I would assume, most people that join in on the hashtags, join in on what they think the movement is, right? Because it is called body positivity. So I think a lot of this, like genuine, and this might sound silly, but I think a lot of this could have been avoided if the name of the movement wasn't called body positivity. Like if it was called something else, I wouldn't have thought to myself, oh, I want to be part of that, right? But we'll keep going. And the ideal body. Visibly fat and disabled people originally utilized body positivity as a way to gain representation in places there was none, and to normalize these bodies in order to gain access to the needs of these communities. With apps like TikTok TikTok and Instagram at the top of the social media game made this once instrumental and useful movement a trend. Skinny, mostly white bodies can be seen at the top of hashtags with less than groundbreaking captions about loving yourself to a society that already proves it does that. So something that you see a lot of people that have issues with, basically are explaining what is being explained here, is that they say a lot of the top creators on the hashtag body positivity like hashtags are people that are just thin white women, right? That are sitting in a certain way to make it look like they have rolls, and then they're posing, and then all of a sudden their rolls are gone, right? And so if you are somebody that is actually fat, right? You have a lot of weight, or you, whatever it might be, you have something. It might not even be weight, right? So let's say, like they're saying, disabled. So say you are someone that is missing an arm, or you're in a wheelchair, or whatever it might be, right? You're not able-bodied. These are things that you can't just suck in or twist a certain way and then bam, it's gone, right? You are always going to be, like, your body is different, right? And so again, I can understand that criticism. I know that people have definitely felt attacked because they have been those people that were joining in on the body positivity, the hashtag body positivity, and then they're getting attacked. Like, so just because I can understand where this is coming from, do I think in my head that means we should go onto creators' profiles that are trying, like, especially if they're like genuinely trying to be more positive about their body because maybe they have body dysmorphia or whatever, we should go on there and say, you can't use this hashtag, you shouldn't be part of this, you're ruining this for everyone else. Like, of course, all that's going to do is cause division and make people upset, and it's going to make people be defensive, and they're going to be upset, and they're going to be hurt, and so they're going to push back on that, right? Which is what we have seen happen. And so, like, I was actually looking at the hashtag body positivity, right? And so I'll bring that up. And if you go through this hashtag, I mean, it's actually pretty diverse. Like, I mean, you definitely see, you know, thin white bodies quite a bit, but you see, and like, this is, yikes, this is literally just going to the hashtag body positivity and like going through it, right? And so there's definitely like a good amount of stuff here. Honestly, it's gotten so big to where it's just like, it's like one of those hashtags that people, like, there's what, is that 9 million posts, right? So it's one of those hashtags that people just throw in their profile. They throw in the caption, not even thinking anything of, right? So for me, I mean, the whole hashtag thing, I think, is like, whatever. It's social media. Like, people use hashtags to get found. A lot of them don't even care what the hashtag is. They're just trying to get more clicks on there, whatever it might be, right? But we'll keep reading. So, social media has made body positivity a circle jerk of people already in the beauty standard, telling each other they're perfect. So as a fat person, what do you do in this climate? It feels as if you either leave or conform. If you're a fat social media influencer, you realize pretty quickly you can gain traction by rehashing your trauma of what it is like being a fat person in a society constantly. The video views when, once again, fat bodies are considered inspiration porn are exhausting after you realize we're pacifying small bodies. I honestly don't really understand pacifying small bodies. I don't really understand what that means. It's probably just me, but I'm just being honest. And how do we know this? Because anytime a fat person discusses interests or hobbies outside of body positivity, our views on content drop significantly. Now, I think that this is interesting because I would say that if your whole platform is about body positivity, or it is about, those types of things, then yeah, if you're not talking about that anymore, then of course your views are going to drop, right? But that's how it is with anything. Like, any niche that you get put into, if you try and get out of that niche, people are going to no longer watch your content. I know for me, if I were to put a skateboarding video, which, you know, I love skateboarding. If I were to put a video of me skating on my YouTube channel, no one would watch it. As much as I would hope people would, they wouldn't. And like, that's no one's fault other than like mine maybe, or just the fact of like, that's how social media is, right? Like if I post that, no one's gonna watch. And then if we talk about like Instagram, the algorithm is intense. Like for me on Instagram or on TikTok, on TikTok, if I post, a lot of times if I post like a kind of what they were talking about, and there's truth to this, like inspiration porn or like me showing my loose skin, those videos almost always do better than a video where I'm not doing that, right? So then it just teaches you to be like, okay, if I want to get more views, I should post more shirtless videos of myself, because that's what people click on. That's what is pushed in the algorithm, right? So I don't really think that this is just like a body positivity thing. That's just a content creation thing, really. But we'll keep going. Nobody cares about the fat person whose every waking thought isn't about their body unless it's a punchline about that same body. Now, again, I just disagree with that. Like, I know plenty of quote unquote fat creators that they are creating good content that has nothing to do with what their body looks like, has nothing to do with them trying to be body positive, none of that, or even like trying to lose weight, right? Like they're just a fat person that is creating content that has nothing to do with any of that. And it's the same thing for them. If they were to stop making the kind of content that they normally make and started doing something completely different, they would probably lose views, but not because of like body positivity or anything like that. It's because when you get placed in a box on these websites, the algorithm is brutal. And if you switch up from that, you will probably get punished, right? And if you want to do that and deal with that and like you're just like okay with that, that's fine. But I think that just saying if you're fat, you have to create content that either makes fun of you or whatever, right? So there's a couple TikToks that I wanted to show you guys that I felt like kind of did a good job of like kind of showing either like making fun of yourself. It seems like this person thinks the only content that fat people can make, and I'm using fat because that's what they're using, is either making fun of yourself because you're fat, or everything has to be about being body positive or about your size, right? And so here are two what I think are pretty good examples. So here's the first one right here. So this is someone making fun of themselves because they're fat.
I think I've lost skin.
Right? So that's like someone that is bigger, that is making a joke that they can't fit down a slide, right? Some people think that's funny. I don't have a problem with it. Like, if the person that's doing it thinks that it's, they think it's funny and they're enjoying themselves, then like do whatever you want. Like, I don't really care. Like, whatever, right? But then here is the other one that I feel like is the other like good example of this type of stuff. So,
I'm gonna read you your rights.
So,
I'm gonna read you your rights. If you have any questions, you tell me, okay? Just be shot. I'm gonna read you your.
So it says, imagine finding making fun of fat people dying hilarious, right?
Rights. If you have any questions, you tell me, okay? Just be shot. I'm gonna read you your.
So it seems like this person feels like that is the only like content that you can create. And I think the issue when, again, and I do think that there genuinely is, like, there is danger in either one of these, right? In either one of these, right? So if you are the person that, and I've talked about this before, when I was bigger, I was the funny fat guy. So when you turn your whole identity and everything is about making fun of your body size, that is dangerous, because if you do like end up losing weight, you lose a big part of what you felt made you, right? And then like that can be really scary. And then especially if you're a content creator and you lose weight, right? That's going to mess with your, your money, I guess, right? But then on the other hand, and this is another one that I think is really dangerous, is if you are someone If you are someone that the basis of your content is about being body positive or fat positive, whatever word you want to use, and then you want to lose weight because you have a serious health issue come up, now you are genuinely afraid of what your followers are going to say to you, right? We've talked about this with tons of people. Like, there's tons of examples that we've used, like Tess Holliday. There's a ton of examples, right? All of like the celebrities, which a lot of times it's not even them putting that on themselves. It's the communities and people surrounding them putting them on a pedestal of, oh, this is fat positivity, this is positive, this is what it should be like to be bigger. And then all of a sudden, they start losing weight and people literally turn on them, right? And so, like, for me, again, like, to bring this back full circle, is body positivity dead? I mean, I don't think it'll ever really die. Do I think that if you are someone that body positivity means a lot to you and you're a bigger person, you're in a fat body or whatever, like, for me, I've always felt like it makes more sense if the reason you're in you like enjoy body positivity content or you're in that stuff, like, but it's mainly because of your weight, then I feel like being like claiming that you're fat positive makes a lot more sense to me, especially if you're someone that's not trying to lose weight, you don't want to lose weight. And the other one that I am quite a fan of just in general for the vast amount of people is body neutrality. So just trying to not view your body, you don't have to be positive about your body. You don't have to be negative about your body. Like, your body is your body. Finding other things to be happy about yourself that have nothing to do with how you look, right? And I think that that's a good way to look at it, because again, as we've talked about before in other videos, when you start thinking about body positivity, you're still feeling like you need to be positive, right? And when we talk about toxic positivity, I think that fits right in there, right? Like, you should always be positive about your body, and if you're not being positive about your body, you are making a mistake, or you are messing up, or something is going wrong. When instead, if you could just be like, yo, my body is my body, but I'm really happy with how well I did on this test, or the fact that I was able to do this in the gym, or whatever it might be, right? But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts. That's what I wanted to share on it. I thought it was interesting. It's interesting that it seems like a lot of people that were part of the body positivity movement are kind of jumping ship from it now. Another person that I thought it was interesting, we made a video on this person, but Rafaela, I'm not sure if you guys remember, she actually commented on this. She actually commented on this post, which is right here, and she said yes to everything you said, right? So it's like, this was someone that was like pretty deep into like the body positivity stuff, and it looks like she's also kind of leaving as well. So I don't know, it's just interesting to me. I thought it was something that was worth checking out, and but yeah, those are my thoughts. I would love to hear what you guys have to say.